Alright, this will be the second tutorial. We'll be building an HP bar. Now, we have our bar here. If it was white, you wouldn't see this green part and border. Show you that now. Control find. Place all. Green. We'll replace it with white. Replace it all. Okay. Control save. There. Border to 0. And now we only see the HP bar. And it does update. And it does not go into negatives and it alerts. When you try, we could have simply disabled the button. I'm not going to worry about that right now. And here is that code beforehand. We're going to have some basic files. Of course, we're going to have a red HP bar and the blue one. Now, the dimensions don't have to be exactly what I have, but mine are 290 pixels by 23 pixels. Now, I would just threw out a rectangle in Paint and filled it because I'm lazy. So you just copy it and paint it blue. If you were wondering that, we got the HP bar here, here, here. So what we want to start off is by having a table. Saying mine is right here. Now we're gonna want to build us 3 TDs. I'm gonna give it a border of 1. So it looks like this. That's all we need for now. So inside of this TD, we have width and height. And that's the important part. That's why the image is height and width doesn't matter, because we are going to actually go in here. I'm going to put an input, type image. And we are going to say that we want its ID to be HP bar. And then we want its width equal to 100%. And its height equal to 100%. This should take this. Oh, I didn't set the source or close it. Equals to HP bar dot ping. And there it appears. It's clearly bigger than this one. Because the browser took that image and stretched it. Now we want to set it so in case the user can't tell exactly how much HP is left, we're going to put in a paragraph in here. We're going to ID it, text HP, and we're just going to close that for now, and we're going to put 100% because that's where we're starting. Could do this the opposite way. And so right now it looks like this. Okay, now it looks like this. Forgot to save. There's 100% an image, nothing really more. Now we want to have the website, the web browser, to update this whenever it takes damage, the monster. So we're going to have an input type equals button, and value of this button is gonna display is 5%. I'm gonna show you that right now. It doesn't do anything at the moment. And then on click, we want it to update HP bar. We're going to pass it 5 so it knows how much it wants to take off the HP bar. Save that. Now we're going to build the function update HP bar. Now these should be the same. Good. We're going to pass it damage, because that's what we want it to keep track of. So we want to also set a new variable. Variable HP equals 100, because we have 100% HP. Now var new HP equals math dot, well, we don't have to do math dot round. That's for when you're adding bigger numbers for the percents and stuff. So we'll just keep it at HP minus damage. Gonna close this off. Should keep it at a nice number. Now we want to tell HP that its new HP is new HP. Now we're going to get from the document. I don't want that capitalized document. We're going to tell it to get element IID, and we want it to get the HP bar. Now that should be the image, and then we want it to tell it to set the attribute width. Now there's another way to do this. This is just how I like to do it, so that's how I'm teaching you. And then we're gonna tell it to set the width equal to new HP, and we're gonna concatenate a percent string on the end of that, so when it sends, it updates the width with this percent. We could put pixels in here if we wanted, but wouldn't look the same. Now we're gonna get document dot, if I could do this right, document dot get element. I'm just gonna copy and paste this. Save me some trouble. And source. We want it to have red. We're gonna use it as a string. We want it to be a red HP bar dot ping. You don't have to use pings, I just prefer ping. Now we're saying we want to set the source, so this blue HP bar, and when you take damage, set it to this red HP bar. It's going to do it every time. You could add an if statement or a check statement to make sure that it does it only once if you want. And then document dot get element by ID. We want to change the text, so we're going to tell it to change the inner HTML of the percentage to new HP. We're going to concatenate percent sign on there, And we now want to make sure you can't go past 0. So we're going to add an if statement. If HP is greater than or equal to 0, of document dot get element by, well, here, I'm gonna actually do this a different way. I'm gonna say var is mob dead imd equal to 1. Well, no, because I don't want it. I'm gonna say 0 for false. And then if HP is less than or greater to imd equals 1. Then we're going to come up here. If imd equals 0, else alert, we're going to pass it a string, mob is dead. Now, we save this, load it. So mob is dead. So HP minus damage. Oh. HP should not equal 0. So MD equals 0. Oh, okay. See what I did here? I told it to set IMD to 0 and not to check if it's 0. Now, these are conditional statements, and if you forget one, it sets it. So it goes if, and it's like, okay, if statement, and then it jumps out because you don't have a condition statement, and it says, okay, set IMD to 0. Then, else, alert mob is dead. Now, sometimes it'll run all the way through this, but I have an else statement. Now the HP bar is updating. Oh, and then this one isn't capitalized, so it's very capital sensitive. And we have an updating HP bar now. So, when we set it to have an HP, we're telling this p tag we want it to be the HP in a text form, so text HP. And we're going to put in another TD, so when we put in input, it doesn't go on a new line. We're going to tell it we want the image inside of the TD to be as large and as tall as the new TD. Then we want the button inside of that. So when we call this and we pass it a 5, it goes, okay, so var HP equals 100, var IMD equals 0 is mob dead. Okay, function damage, and we passed it 5, so that's 5. And it knows that IMD equals 0, so it'll step in here, var new HP equals this number minus 5, because we passed it 5. Now we're telling HP to equal the new amount, so when we press it again, it doesn't start at 100. It realizes, hey, it's 95 now. Now we're telling it to get the HP bar, and we're telling it to set its width proportionate to the amount of HP that's left. And we concatenate this percent sign so the browser understands that we want a percent of that width. Then we set the source to a red HP bar because we want to have the user realize that whatever it is has taken damage. Now this isn't necessary, but I like to do that. And then we tell it to set the text HP so the user doesn't have to eyeball it to a displayed text amount. When HP equals 0, we're telling it to set is mob dead to 1 because the mob died, which will skip this area and it'll go to else because this statement is no longer true and it'll alert that the mob is dead. I hope you like this tutorial. All you need is 2 HP bars, 1 if you don't feel like this line right here. And hope you enjoy it. I'll probably be expanding this further. The kill counter is pretty much the same thing, and just slight differences. See, it's quite nifty. Alright, well, I'll see you next time. I'll be making another video. Hopefully it'll be expanding on what you know. And have a great day. Happy Halloween.